I'm going to go over the steps to install an easy breathe Crawlspace ventilation system in a Crawlspace. Normally we would be venting the ductwork out of the rim joists in the Crawlspace. This house was built in 1899 and they supported the brickwork with concrete. So we're going to be using an alternative. This old window was actually covered up, so we're going to be venting this out of 3/4 inch plywood. If you're using a workaround like this and covering an old window, make sure it's completely sealed off with caulk and any openings to the outside are sealed. We don't want to draw in outside air into the crawl space. We want to draw conditioned air from the living space into the crawl space. You need to have an outlet close to the base unit. We put in a GFCI here in this electrical box. There's a wire that needs to be removed from the top of the chute. The smaller section of the chute sets on the base unit and you're going to connect it with 4 screws. When you're putting your chute on the base unit, make sure the bracket with the screw hole is against the wall. The top cone sets on top of the larger part of the chute and gets attached with 4 screws. The chute will adjust to where you want your duct. Because I'm going through this plywood, it's going to be very easy to mount my vent cover outside. If you have siding, make sure you plan where you're putting this outside before you drill your hole. If you're going through siding and a rim joist, use a long drill bit to create a pilot for your hole saw. For the duct, you need a 6-inch hole saw. You're going to attach the vent outside with 4 screws, level it, and put caulk all the way around it. Now you can cut your solid or flexible duct to connect the top cone to the vent cover. The ductwork can be caulked in place. Install the fan assembly on the opposite end of the crawl space from your Easy Breathe unit. The fan assembly is plugged into the side of the base unit and it's connected to the fan assembly with low voltage wire. You have one side marked plus and one side marked minus. When the unit goes on, it turns on the fan to draw conditioned air into the crawl space. You're going to cut a hole in your flooring and you want that opening to be the inside dimensions of your fan assembly. And the system comes with a floor register. Anchor your low voltage wire and install your fan assembly. You can set the humidity level between 20 and 60% and the base unit will automatically turn on and off. If you want continuous ventilation, you would turn the humidity level down to 20% and set the fan between low and medium.